Chapter 090 Madam Star-Lord. The four inner sect disciples gurgled in their throats, just like chickens grabbed by the neck, unable to utter a single complete word. Normally, breathlessness would never happen to high cultivation inner sect disciples of Yuhua sect, but they were far too shocked right now. Mice, tick. Billy, tie. Realm. One relatively high cultivation, tough-bodied inner sect disciple barely steadied his mind, his voice coming out in broken fragments. He glanced at Fang Han, then at the massive palm print Fang Han had casually left on the ground. This imposing, effortless strike was absolutely not wrought by any magic tool or spiritual treasure. It was solid, tangible power from his own magical power. All inner sect disciples of Yuhua sect had sharp eyes. They were no ignorant country bumpkins. Besides, the mystic ability realm was the goal they had pursued their entire lives. How could they not recognize it? Every year, many true disciples of the mystic ability realm would demonstrate their magical power before inner sect disciples, and all inner disciples would watch closely. Impossible. Impossible. How hard is it to reach the mystic ability realm? How could you advance to this stage? You've climbed to heaven in one step, climbed to heaven in one step. The four inner sect disciples all cried out in uproar. It was not that they were losing their composure for no reason. Their lifelong pursuit had just been achieved by an enemy, and their nerves were almost shattered. Humph. Do you think I would dare challenge Wu Tiandu without any solid backing? Fang Han slammed his palm hard against the chair. He did not use magical power this time, but the immense strength of his flesh still made the chair let out a loud crack. The sudden noise made the four inner sect disciples jump in fright. The four disciples immediately remembered that Fang Han was the man who dared challenge Wu Tiandu. While everyone had mocked him as reckless and overconfident before, none of them would think that way now that he had broken through to the mystic ability realm. Admittedly, even with Fang Han's cultivation in the mystic ability realm, the gap between him and Wu Tiandu was still as vast as the distance between heaven and earth. But he had after all crossed the heavenly barrier between mortal and mystic, climbed to heaven in one step, become the existence countless people envied, and his status had risen sharply. And what's more, he seemed to have powerful connections. The four inner sect disciples looked at Xingyun Baobao, the son of the Star Lord of the All-Stars sect, who was clearly close to Fang Han. It was obvious Fang Han had deep backing to dare challenge Wu Tiandu. He was not just arrogant and foolhardy. For the first time, the four inner sect disciples felt deep fear of Fang Han. A mystic ability realm expert was someone they could only look up to, someone they absolutely could not offend. Even Yi Tiannan, once he learned Fang Han had stepped into the mystic ability realm, would surely regret provoking him in the first place. The four disciples' momentum wilted completely. Even if they filed a complaint, the sect elders would not care. Which was more important, a mystic ability realm true disciple or four inner sect disciples? Even a pig could tell that. Though they were also experts at the God transformation realm, the 10th level of the fleshly body realm, only one step away from the mystic ability realm. But everyone knew how enormous that single step was, an achievement almost impossible for most to reach. Senior brother Fang Han, what do you plan to do with us? The four inner sect disciples hung their heads in dejection. Naturally, you will work for me, and go dig up information about Yi Tiannan. I heard Yi Tiannan is backed by Wanluo of Wanluo Peak. Find out everything and report it to me in secret. Understand? You will be double agents. On the surface, you still belong to Yi Tiannan, but in secret, you answer to me. Fang Han pointed out a clear path for the four men. Wu Tiandu holds the center, Lingxiao the east, Jialan the west, Yaoguang the north, Wanluo the south. These five true disciples each held sway over their own territories, their influence extending to both inner and outer disciples, their vast connections weaving a tight net. Fang Han had already learned from Princess Hongyi that Yi Tiannan was most likely a subordinate of southern Wanluo. But there is no but. Fang Han flicked his finger and said, "You only have one path to take. Of course, you will not go without reward. These 4 Gale demon blades are what I obtained after killing the white-haired flying corpse. I give them to you as reward now. Got it? We understand. We dare not disobey senior brother's orders. The 4 disciples took the demon blades, glanced at each other, exchanging unspoken thoughts no one else could read. Of course, I won't trust you completely. I need to use a little method to control you. Fang Han's fingers twitched, and 4 streams of yellow light flew into each of the 4 men's heavenly gate. This is a vicious mystic art. If you ever harbor ill intentions and betray me, I just need to think it, and this art will turn you into imbeciles. You can test it if you don't believe me. Not even the sect elders can trace this back to me. This was of course the water of oblivion talisman, planted deep in the 4 men's minds. We would never dare betray senior brother. The 4 men trembled, knowing they were trapped, and all treacherous thoughts vanished from their hearts immediately. All right. You may leave now, go gather in the other room and cultivate on your own. When the time comes I will bring you back to the surface, back to Yuhua sect. Fang Xiaolin, arrange for them to stay in the other room. Understood. The witch's eyes flickered. Now that Fang Han had cultivated to the mystic ability realm, she no longer harbored any disloyal thoughts. Everything was settled. In the following days, Fang Han still stayed in this underground castle, familiarizing himself with his magical power, circulating his mystic arts, and refining the sound-slaying demon blade with his magical power. It grew even more powerful, and much harder for others to seize from him. Yin, what mystic art should I cultivate now? Does Yellow Spring Sect have any powerful mystic arts like the instant kill art? Fang Han had always been fond of the instant kill art. This kind of art that pursued speed, a fatal one-strike kill, and no dragging feet fit his character perfectly. You aren't fit to cultivate any new mystic arts right now. All you should do is think in your own magical power. Before you reach the 5th level, the Heavenly Man realm, you can only cultivate 1 mystic art. Otherwise, the clash of different true chi and magical power is enough to blow you to pieces. Wait until you become a true disciple of Yuhua sect, learn their mystic arts, that won't arouse suspicion. Once you reach the Heavenly Man realm, I will teach you all the mystic arts of Yellow Spring sect, then let you condense the most miraculous mystic seed Great Golden Pellet between heaven and earth. By then, you can even merge this entire Yellow Spring River into your true chi and magical power. Your ferocious might will shake the heavens, and even Hu Tiandu is not unbeatable. I see. If I learn Yellow Spring Sect's mystic arts, I can't learn Yuhua Sect's because of true chi clash. So I can only focus on increasing my magical power for now, and wait until I become a true disciple. Fang Han now understood the whole situation clearly. Fang Xiaolin, come here. The witch heard Fang Han's call and hurried over. How far away from this mind vein is another mind vein? Are any powerful experts guarding it? You want to seize another mind vein? That's absolutely impossible. It will very likely alert the elders of my Earth Demon Senate, the elders of the Great Azura. Their magical power is 100 times deeper than mine. The witch seemed to have guessed Fang Han's plan, and immediately spoke in alarmed. Fine, caution keeps a ship safe for 1,000 years. There's no need to take risks now. Fang Han's eyes flickered, and he dismissed the idea of attacking another mind vein. Then we will go back to Yuhua sect and prepare for the mountain and river ranking tournament. The first place treasure tool will be mine, no one else's. Then what about Xingyun Bao Bao? Princess Hongyi asked. He wants to wander around and have fun. It would be bad if anything happens to him. Then we should escort him back to the All-Star sect? Fang Han thought for a moment. This was indeed a tricky problem. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. Xingyun Bao Bao shouted loudly. But then, his Sun Moon 5 Elements bracelet suddenly lit up with starlight, flickering on and off, emitting a ticking sound. Oh no! My mother is looking for me. Xingyun Bao Bao cried out in shock.